Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sam Ma. It's too early. I'm a visiting fellow here at Harvard University. I'm also a professor in the Chinese Academy of Science. Our presentation today is a collaborative work with Dr. Arrow, and it's my long-time mentor and collaborator. Our topic will have three keywords. First keyword is actually I highlighted heterogeneity. Second one is biomedicine. Third one is AI. The next slide probably looks a little strange. Basically, I try to establish it's sort of, I tried twice to get involved with AI from time, with Lisp language, with the expert system. Second time into that, about 10 years ago, with evolutionary computing. I think I bet the wrong side. I actually, my dissertation studied reliability based on the general problem. Second message is that my career is quite heterogeneous. I started with forest actually. So the next slide, let's see. We are trying to, people are familiar with diversity. We are not asking for replace diversity with heterogeneity, but I believe it's a much bigger idea. It's actually Arrow's idea. This one is simple. We see left side, it's a single species forest, it's a pine forest. It's simple for ecologists. The right side, it's tropical forest. It's very complex. It's very diverse. Which one is stable? The answer is depends on. Either one can be stable. This one is familiar with overview. It's risk of Cisco. Which one is better? The difference is that in area you can make design whatever you wish as long as it's safe. It doesn't hurt people. In biomedicine, it cannot be arbitrary. If you're arbitrary, people could get hurt. So this one is this is actually from the Arrow's paper. He collaborated with Dr. Ireland Sheffield. They published in the Journal of Philosophy. This journal, not less low for us, for people for science, but it's in philosophy, it's like a nature of science. The difference simply, I don't want to get into detail. You see the right side, we consider the interaction, but for diversity, we usually ignore this interaction. This is actually, I'm visiting here with the first project Aaron and me have it. We collect about 1,200 papers, 600 from Web of Science, 600 from Google Scholar. We collect the paper have citation about 400. We summarize the 5 elements of the heterogeneity. Whose heterogeneity objects? Another one is quantity or abundance. The third one is interaction. The fourth one is dimension. Dimension can have one dimension, multiple dimension. It can be hierarchical. It can be dynamical. Dynamical, we basically mean temporary heterogeneity. Fifth one is environment, context. Basically, if you wish to study the heterogeneity, you should have 5 elements. This is the 5 methods in current literature we found. Especially in biomedicine, you have a framework. Some of them is platform. I was thinking, the literature was covered about more than 20 subjects. 2 fields were missing. One in the mathematics is only appeared in the primary number. It's a number theory. Another one, physics. I think physics have 2 things. One is that the people who study complex theory, complex networks, those papers are not highly cited. Another one is in physics, we remember the 1950s, physicists realized symmetry is not a norm. Asymmetry is a norm. So I think the asymmetry is very much like a heterogeneity. So next one, anytime I have a blue background, that means I'm trying to change the subject. We have Human Microbiome Project. We all know the Human Genome Project. Unlike the Human Genome Project, Human Microbiome Project is much about the ecology, because the heterogeneity was in the mission state of the HMP1, but much of the study is actually diversity. So the HMP was actually quite a little bit about the ecology. So this is the first time ecology and medicine are so close. So we have the people try to, I was one of them, try to advocate medical ecology. We basically try to move the theoretical ecology, community ecology, to the medicines. One of the disease we started bacteria vaginosis. This study is one example. The right side is one study published like 2 years ago by Harvard Medical School. They found Lactobacillus illness. It's one of the most common species in human vagina. They found it's not really good. And we computationally found about 1 year earlier than the experiment verified. So this is what I call the medical ecology. We have wildlife, this is the humans. And this is the time done when the COVID time, we have animal, disease from animals spin off to the humans. My first job was actually in the bottom middle is integrated pest management. That's the entomology work. So we have, now I'm trying to move to the medical ecology. So this is a graph, is a modified graph of Dr. Fauci, the CDC director. We added a microbe on this side. We have the red-white spin over. This one it's a narrow perspective medical ecology. They asked me, maybe you can just add the generative AI. I believe it's a good fit. I usually do what I do is I publish a paper, I find patents. People usually ask me, how do you transfer your technology or find into the medical practice? I think generative AI may help us to transfer medical ecology into the clinical application. This one so now I turn to the medical diagnosis. What's the relationship between the heterogeneity? Basically, how we diagnose disease is actually trying to find trying to detect heterogeneity. Sometimes the same disease, doctors will work out several types, like IBD, they have UCCD, diabetes, we have type 1, type 2, type 3. Actually, even 10 years ago, people said more type is working. So this is very much like a tree and a forest. It's very different. So this is a topic we are talking about. BV. BV is a disease, it said, affect 1/3 of women at reproductive ages. But I was thinking we might overdiagnose it. I think this is a problem. I think they may not be as many as. Traditionally, this traditional view has been probably about 100 years. People say that low pH acid environment is good. It's because of the acid producing lactobacillus is protective. The start of HMP, they try to classify human vagina into 5 types. 1, 2, 3, and 5 all have dominant species. Type 4 is complex types. The problem with this scheme is that people try to keep it at 4A, 4B, 4C. Around 2014, there was one study. It was one of the largest. More than 1,000 people sample. The paper was submitted, and there were 6 reviews. The last one they sent to some of his students. I looked at the data is very good, so I said its data is very good. I just don't persuade on the inner side. So data was published. So Aaron and me together we try to study heterogeneity. That time we use dominance concept. On the left side, we work out a methodology, whole methodology. We define a concept called dominance. Dominance is after work, we found it's an actual function. It's the exact function of Gini index economicals. The difference is that we work out a Gini index for each individual. Gini index can only be applied for a country or region. All the index for each individual have a Gini index. We have a Gini index, we have a species dominant network. So on the right side, you see the lactobacillus is in the middle. It's with the BV risk bacteria together. So we computationally found around 20, probably 1 year now, Harvard School found it could be bad guy. So This is why after a few lots of work, I finally said, okay, maybe we should change the etiology. So basically, it's sort of 4 or 5. Basically, what I did is that just simple complex community, complex. Either one can be bad, either one can be good. So basically, you have four types. So with this hypothesis, we did a lot of tests with called medical ecology. And like I mentioned, we basically moved the whole theoretical ecology, lots of benefits to the medical ecology. We tested its, with about 7,000 samples, all public samples, say it's correct. The last one, this is really related to today's AI work. We test with machine learning. Added the base performance is a lot of neural network, it's random forest. It's about 85% accuracy. So this next one is about the mastitis. This disease actually the etiology was not clear. And if you see the upside, the two guys, red line really says inhibitor relationship. Green one is cooperative relationship. Those two guys are opportunistic pathogens. If you remove those guys, it's actually a good network. Basically, in both health and diseased milk, all species exist, but normally they are inhabited by the good guys. This was the first hypothesis about mastitis. It will depend on the computation approach. My friend told me this is now in the American Society for Nutrition guideline to prevent these two guys. The next one is it's about ASD. This is unpublished work. This is we identify unique enriched species. These two different works. So finally, I try to summarize. The first paragraph is I copied from Aaron's paper. I didn't even add the quotes. It's a very basic foundation concept. I think it's bigger than diversity. Second one is also a reality in man-made system, natural system. Good or bad is depend on. It's sometimes good, sometimes bad. It's depend on our human perspective. The fourth one, I try to beyond today's talk. I try to say heterogeneity AI can be bidirectional. The remaining few examples. The first example is the white paper published. Basically, they advocated for the deny heterogeneity code. Now, I'm not sure actually I haven't done for the chip design for chip work for more than a decade. That's why this one is last year's applied materials slide coming. The second one is heterogeneity. I introduced into the evolution computation. In evolution computation, that time textbook said the population is a fixed size. But I say, as the biology, population ecology law is dynamic, it's called chaotic. So I simply introduced the chaotic model to control genetic algorithm, which can actually usually increase 60% performance. This one is similar work people do the neural network introduce heterogeneity. This one is I found this paper in IBM website. This is a very good journal in biology. It's a review paper. You see different modality of data. You have the CT or MR image. You have genomic data. You have the lab test data. In cancer, and the among 1,200 papers we collected, one-fourth paper was actually about the cancer, half of them about medicine. So in cancer, much of the failing is actually because of the heterogeneity, both intra and inter. This one is actually I argue complex size. I would argue, I'm not sure if it's correct. Heterogeneity is one of the most common complexity properties. This is basically introduced for the mask behavior. We found adult has like 16 behavior, execute or whatever you wish to wear mask or not wear mask. This is basically the right side is basically for the strategy for COVID control. I appreciate, thank my collaborator, my students, all doctors, my students, except the National Science Foundation guy, he is actually graduate from Harvard University School of the Government. And the person I wish to thank most actually is Aaron. He's out the code, so I don't put him here. Thank you all. And if I have any question, I ask Aaron is ready to answer your question too. Thank you.